Hey guys! So today's movie that I'm going to be discussing is the third film from writer-director Aaron Sorkin, being The Ricardos, which is a period biopic about comedy legend Lucille Ball, who was the star of the hugely popular TV sitcom I Love Lucy back in the 1950s. Nicole Kidman, ever the chameleon, steps into the TV star's shoes, and Javier Bardem plays her husband Desi, who also played her on-screen TV husband Ricky in I Love Lucy. The film spans 1 week of production, from table read to rehearsals to filming an episode of I Love Lucy, but things aren't as amusing, wholesome, or sitcom-y behind the scenes. Both the show and Lucille's marriage are in danger. Rumors of Lucille being a communist are starting to swirl in the tabloids, and rumors of infidelity are starting to surface about Desi. But before we go any further, please do help support my channel by subscribing, hitting that like button, and leaving me a comment in the comment section down below about what you thought of Being the Ricardos. Is Nicole Kidman coming for that Oscar? Alright, let's get back to it. I was really excited for Being the Ricardos, guys. I really love movies about the making of movies or TV shows. Well, unless it's Mank. You didn't really like that one. But this, I was excited for because the talent in this film is top-notch. I mean, Aaron Sorkin writing, directing, and then the cast, Nicole Kidman, Javier Bardem, J.K. Simmons, Clark Gregg, Nina Arianda, and 2 Arrested Development stars, Alia Shawkat and Tony Hale. So yeah, this film was right up my alley. Plus, the first reactions to this film were very positive, so it just added more excitement fuel to the anticipation fire. But now that I've seen it, what did I think of it? Short answer, I enjoyed it, but I didn't love it. Have you guys ever watched a movie and found there's nothing necessarily wrong with it, but for whatever reason, it's just not doing it for you? That's kind of how I felt watching Being the Ricardos. It's well written, competently shot, and has terrific performances from Nicole Kidman and Javier Bardem, but I wasn't blown away. It was serviceable, but kind of disposable. So it was good, but not great. But let's talk positives first. Nicole Kidman is fabulous as Lucille Ball. I'm not all too familiar with Lucille Ball or I Love Lucy, so I can't really tell you if she disappears into the role, but Nicole Kidman is more than up for the task. I thought she was great. As Lucy, she has so much agency. She really understands the rhythms, beats, and language of comedy. She had a real active part in crafting the comedy of I Love Lucy. That TV magic stuff I loved. It's fun watching the process, the machinations of how it all comes together. She also slayed the scenes which involved the physical comedy of I Love Lucy, like when she loses an earring in a vat of grapes that she's squishing. She's paired great with Javier Bardem, who plays her husband Desi. He was also so good in this. The supporting cast are also brilliant. J.K. Simmons is always a hoot when he gets to play someone crabby like William Frawley, who was an actor on I Love Lucy, and Alia Shawkat has some zingers as sassy, sarcastic writer Madeline Pugh. Really enjoyed what she brought to the film. Also, it's pretty much a given that the writing is as sharp as ever. Sorkin's usual blend of rapid, witty dialogue is on point. The sets are impressive, same as the costumes. Daniel Pemberton's score is full of that old Hollywood magic and excitement. I thought it was a much, much better score than what he delivered for The Trial of the Chicago 7. But as for negatives, it does feel about 15 minutes too long. It could have used some trimming. And while the makeup and hair used to transform Nicole Kidman into Lucille Ball is quite convincing, the visual effects used to de-age Kidman when she's playing a younger version of Lucille does look a bit odd in places. So yeah, good prosthetics, but not so great CGI. The cinematography was fine, not bad, but it just doesn't really take any risks. It's very clean, and therefore a bit boring. It's just not cinematography I would label as anything special. And while Sorkin does get brilliant performances out of his actors, he never got me to a point where I was emotionally enraptured. Yes, there is a looming threat that either Lucille's marriage or her show could come to an end, but by the third act, when all the truths come out, I didn't feel any dramatic weight, either being lifted off of me or come crashing down on me. There was no fallout for me. It got to the finale and I was like, oh, is that it? Okay. Similar to the ending of Sorkin's previous film, Trial of Chicago 7, with the whole courtroom palaver, that was meant to be a moment. Everything about that scene is telling you to be moved by it, but I just didn't feel moved by it. It felt too forced and inauthentic. Sorkin has this tendency where he wants to end his films on a note of sentimentality, and it's the same thing in Being the Ricardos. I'm meant to feel something in light of the revelations, but I didn't feel anything because it felt too forced. It just goes to show that Sorkin knows how to put it to paper, but not necessarily to the screen. He's a much better writer than he is a director. As for the Oscars, this is the type of film which the Academy usually goes for because it's all about the industry that they themselves are wrapped up in. I could see Nicole Kidman getting a Best Actress nomination for this role. It's a real box checker of Academy criteria. Like, she's playing a real life figure from the entertainment industry, check. She really transformed into the role, there were makeup and prosthetics involved, check. It's been a while since she was last nominated. Last time was back in 2017 for Lion. So yeah, she's got a little bit of an overdue narrative working in her favor, check. And it's a performance where she gets to show off her versatility as an actress. She gets to be both comedic and dramatic, so check. Kidman does have a good chance, but I'm not going to say she's a lock like Kristen Stewart is, and I'd also put Jessica Chastain ahead of her, who had a similar box-checking performance like Kidman did. I can see Aaron Sorkin getting a nomination for Best Original Screenplay. He's a pretty safe bet in this category. Javier Bardem, I'm not super confident getting a nomination for Best Actor, just because it's a very crowded category this year. And also, this is more Kidman's film than it is his, so yeah, the tension's gonna be on Kidman. Hair and makeup, I can see getting nominated. As for costumes, not so much, because it's a very crowded category for Best Costume Design this year. As for Best Picture, even with 10 slots, I'm not confident about it getting a Best Picture nomination. It's not out of the question. Sorkin did get a nomination for Best Picture for Trial of Chicago 7 just last year, but Being the Ricardos just isn't as prescient or as topical as Trial of Chicago 7, so I'm not sure it's gonna make the cut. What do you guys think? Is Being the Ricardos gonna get some Oscar nominations? If so, which ones? Let me know in that comment section down below. So let's ask them 3 questions. Firstly, would I watch this again? The only reason I would revisit this film is for the performances. Just the movie overall, it never really popped for me. Question 2, do I recommend it for you guys? I recommend Being the Ricardos for those who enjoy the crisp, zippy dialogue of Aaron Sorkin's work, or if you're a fan of Nicole Kidman, Javier Bardem, or J.K. Simmons, they're all on fire here. Also, if you like awards contenders or movies about the behind the scenes of Hollywood, then this is right up your alley. And third question, what score to give it out of 10? Being the Ricardos is a safe, but well-written and well-performed biopic. What was really lacking for me was dramatic tension and payoff. It just plays things a little bit too safe for me, so I'm gonna give Being the Ricardos a score of 5.5 out of 10. But as always, guys, it's just one bloke's opinion. I would love to hear your thoughts on Being the Ricardos. Let me know what you think of this movie in that comment section down below. Help support the channel by hitting that thumbs up button, and if you haven't done so already, don't forget to click subscribe, and if you want to follow me on any of my socials, Twitter, Instagram, or Letterboxd, they're all in that video description down below. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. For more things related to movies, TV, the Oscars, and popcorn culture, I'm Luke Airfield, and I'll see you next time.